This will be update number 1 on the 777 build on the flight simulator. So you can see these are home built plans. So I homemade these plans, and at the end of this build, you'll be able to get these plans for free. But you see here we have the MIP. That will be right here. We have the captain side buttons, the clock, 2 PFDs. It's a little HUD thing. I don't know how to call it. Another PFD landing gear panel. We have a full autopilot panel. So for this build, I'm going to slightly modify a 737 autopilot panel to go in here. And then put a real 777 EFIS in here. Or not real, but a 777 EFIS, not a 737 EFIS panel on there. And then I have, and I'll show you all in a little bit, the glare wing that I built out of wood. I just stacked multiple layers up and curved it and carved it until it was the shape of a 777 glare wing. That was probably the hardest part, but once you got it down, it's really fun. I painted this in a nutmeg color. This color is the exact color of a 777 cockpit. It doesn't look like it with this lighting because it's dark out, but this is this. And then this will be the center pedestal. I'm gonna get from WinWing a PFP 7-7, which are the PFPs for the real 777. I'm going to get one there, and I'm going to get a dummy one over there, because I don't have a first officer side. This is only captain side, and I'm not spending $180 for something I don't need. So this is a budget 777 build, but I still don't want to cheap out entirely. I want to make it nice. Right here, we'll have a PFP, and then I will be using this Thrustmaster and this Boeing yoke, and you'll see how it all incorporated together. I'm going to get 3D printed throttle levers for the Thrustmaster thing for the 777. For that, and then I'm gonna put a floor underneath, and I'm gonna have a pole that'll go up that'll attach to the Boeing yoke, and I'm gonna like you'll see, it'll all come together. Just trust me. And I bought leather for the top here, or like fake leather that'll be able to go up. Like all this is straight. Like this ain't not going anywhere. So I'll have some leather down. We'll see what it goes on the next update. Some of the build process. So for this, another one of these panels, because there's one panel here. Another one of these panels will go across over to that side right there. And then I'm going to have bars, or I'm going to have planks that are going to go out so I can drop each panel in. It's not going to be a deck. I'll be able to drop each panel in. And I'll show you that in a little bit once I get that installed. Right now it's drying from being painted. When I drilled in these, you can see how bad they look right now. They cracked. So I'm going to fill these with spackle and sand them, and it'll look brand new. But that's the only major difficulty that I've had. And then I'm going to grind down this screw. This screw, I couldn't drill it this way because my drill won't fit. So, yeah, I'll talk to y'all when we get to the next update. Update number 2 on episode 1. We just added these panels here. So we added the, I don't know what you call it, but there is this thing here. So we added that there to finish off the MIP. And then we added these 2 bars. So the PFPs can go here, throttle quadrant there, another PFD there, more PFPs, all that. There is a gap over here. I have spackle, so I'm going to fill all these gaps up with spackle. And then I'm going to sand it down. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And then the next one will be me installing the glare wing. There is a knob on it that I 3D printed that it doesn't look realistic to the real thing. So I am going to get rid of that. And there also is, it says mic on the right hand side, clock on the left hand side. There's 2 buttons and there's a dial in the middle. Those 2 buttons aren't in yet because I don't have the buttons yet. They haven't arrived. And the clock and mic are just there so I know those words aren't final. But the knob for the map brightness, I have to figure that out. I think the next purchase for all this is probably going to be the autopilot, the PFPs, and then I already have one monitor. So this monitor, I'm playing Microsoft. I'm on a 777 flight from Rome to Dallas. But on this monitor is going to go back here. So I have my PFDs. I will have to get a second monitor for that screen there. This screen I won't have a monitor for. in flight, they don't use this monitor down here. They have it blank, and if there's an emergency, it pops up a light. But I'm not going to use a monitor for that until later. For the monitor up here that I'm going to be actually looking out of, it'll be a really wide curved monitor. It's not going to be like a 3 setup, a 3-1. It'll be just one monitor. So, yeah, get everything sanded down. These will be spray painted eventually. I think the top won't. The top will be leather. So that'll be that. And another thing that some people might hate, so the glare wing is kind of curved, right? And I can't curve wood up here. So it's just going to be straight there down an angle, but you won't be able to see that. You'll only be able to see this panel here. This one will be curved. So, but not the glare shield up here. It'll be straight down. It's supposed to be here and curved. It'll just be straight. But this part will be curved because it's supposed to follow the glare wing right there, but it'll be curved. So, this is what it's looking like right now. Making good progress. I will be putting a deck. So there will be a sheet of plywood under all of this that will have a like a pole for the Boeing Thrustmaster yoke. And that will come out of it. And it'll come up here and it'll attach to it. You might think it won't look super sleek right now. Basically, all I can say for you is go to Flight Sim Cockpit on Instagram. He's doing the exact same thing with his 737 cockpit setup, where he has a pole that has that Thrustmaster yoke in there. Go look, check it out. Is basically that's what I'm doing. But yeah, this will be for the 777 cockpit. It is pretty heavy right now, so I don't know how I'm going to lift it and get the sheet under. I think I'm just going to lift each corner at a time and slide the sheet under. But the sheet will have some leathering floor that I will use for up here, so I don't get any splinters when I'm entering or in another cockpit. And then you might ask what rudder pedals I'm going to use. I'm going to use the wind wing rudder pedals because those look really nice. I'm going to get those as my rudder pedals, but yeah, not bad. I'll see you in the next update, which will be the glare wing, and I think that'll be it for this video. Bye. Update 3. We just screwed in the what do you call it? Glare wing. So now it really does look like a 777 cockpit. Holy crap, guys. So this is a bit taller. So you see how I kind of did a bunch of individual wood panels and then cut this one shorter so there's a bit of a lip there. This is temporary. These switches, there's no switches here. These are just holes for these switches. That's all temporary. But it is drilled in. So this is a bit shorter than the top of this panel, as you can see right there. So I'm going to grind this down to make it all smooth. And then I'm going to grind this corner down a little bit. And then we have a panel here. And I think that'll be it for this episode. So yeah, I will update y'all to show y'all how it's been kind of refined there and refined here. But it is drilled in. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, I will show y'all when I've grinded that down. Okay, so I just sanded it down. Put spackle here. This joint, so this joint is really smooth. This joint, dude, it's so smooth. Like, it is so freaking smooth. This, all smoothed out. Doesn't look like it, but it is all smoothed out. So I'm going to spray paint all that, spray paint all this, and spray paint all this tomorrow. But all that will be in the next vid. So this will be the final part of the 777 build for episode 1. Episode 2 should be coming out soon, but yes, getting these parts done. Thank you for watching me, and I will see you in part 2.